Hi everyone, welcome to your Rise Anytime Reformer workout. My name's Laura and today I'm going to be taking you through a dynamic flow. So all you need is yourself and your reformer today. I've got a wooden platform. We are going to use it today, so have something squishy to pop over it as we will kneel. But otherwise, let's get into it. So coming on down, putting on our footwork springs. So let's go 3 red springs, 3 full springs, adding on a half, adding on a quarter, loading yourself up if that's you today, and then lying yourselves down. Let's go heels on the foot bar, hip distance apart, hands just down by your side, and getting into it. So pressing in and out. Now we want our knees and toes turning out to the side of the room, and we're bringing the carriage all the way back into the stopper, and then a big press back out. So we're just getting nice and warm through those legs. Excellent. Now, can you give your toes a nice big flex back towards your face here? So imagine you've just walked out of a pedicure and you don't want your toes to touch the floor. We're keeping them flexed back towards your face. Okay, let's start to add on a little bit more here. So next time, can we come back halfway? We're gonna add a little pulse. 1, 2, then big shoot back out. Come in halfway, pulse. 1, 2, big press out. So it's just a little bounce in the middle and then big press out. Excellent. So imagine you're like a little ball of energy accumulating, and then you go big press out. Little pulse, big shoot out. So it's more about that forced press away. That bounce is just holding that resistance with the springs. Okay team, let's go 10 more counts. We're going to hold it halfway. Whew. Okay, let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, coming in halfway, just that pulse. So we're just pushing up an inch, down an inch, maybe a little bit higher up the rails, maybe a little bit deeper. Toes are still flexing back towards your face. Whew. Okay, let's go 5, 4, we're gonna press all the way out in 3, 2, and 1. Big shoot out, bend your knees, shuffle down onto your tippy toes now. Feet are now hip width roughly apart. Big push out. Okay, straight into our calf raises. We're gonna lower the heels under the foot bar and then rise up onto your tippy toes. So nice, big drop under, get those heels as far underneath the foot bar as possible. And then as high as you can up onto your tippy toes, like you're reaching to the top of a cupboard. We're trying to get the yummy munchies that you've hidden from the top, at the top of the cupboard. Maybe it's wine. Who knows what we've got up there? All the good stuff. Okay, now let's add a little bit of tempo. We're gonna lower down for 3, 2, 1, rise up quick. Down for 3, 2, 1, rise up quick. Keep it going, down 3, 2, 1, lift up quick. 2 more like that. Excellent, down 3, 2, 1, lift up. Now it's the opposite way. So we're going to lift up slow, drop quick. Lift 1, 2, 3, drop quick. Lift 1, 2, 3, drop quick. I know. I don't think you can hear through the microphone, but my ankles are super clicky. So when they drop, it's like click. It's all good if that happens to you. Okay, let's keep it going. 2 more, lift, 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 drop. Lift, 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 drop. Next one, lift up, hold. I know that burn is real. Hold up as high as you possibly can, and then go little pulses, up, up, up. We'll walk it out with a prancing horse. In 5, 4, 3, 2, prancing horse. 1 heel under, then the other. That feels so good, but we want to try and get that heart rate up slightly here. So start to pick up the pace a little bit quicker. Up, 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 like you're going for your morning jog. Brisk walk / jog. Whew. Okay, let's go 8, 7, keep it going. Little bit quicker. Last 4, last 3, last 2, and last 1. Bend your knees, bring the carriage in, hook your knees over the foot bar, and then roll yourselves on up. Fancy. Okay, changing our springs for a little bit of core work now. So let's go 2 full red springs here. So 2 full springs. If you know you like your arms in straps a little bit lighter, maybe 1.5. If you've been doing this for a while, try 2 full and maybe adding that quarter spring or your half spring on as well. Okay, lying yourselves on down. Foot bar can stay up, we're going to use it. Hands to the ceiling and then legs come into tabletop. Okay, let's go. Hands press down to the pockets and then we lift back up. Excellent. Hands push down to your pockets and then back up to the ceiling. Let's add our crunch next. So next layer, crunching up as the hands press and then down as your hands lengthen back up to the ceiling. Okay, if this is you today, stick with this. However, if you'd like a little bit more, we can start to add on that single leg extension. So that's the next layer. Single leg as you reach, and then the other side. Excellent. So again, sticking with this if it's you today. Otherwise, if you'd like a little bit more, let's go double legs together. So we go both legs out over the foot bar, and then back down. Both legs out, back down. Now, again, if that's enough for you, we can stick with this. If you would like a little bit more spice, we can go split legs. So legs are in tabletop, hands to the ceiling. We split one leg to the ceiling, one leg under the foot bar. That's why it's still there. And then we go back to tabletop to lower back down, then the other side. So keep it going. A little bit more of a brain body challenge here too with that split leg kick. Reaching as far up to your foot bar as possible. Excellent. Okay, team, let's go 10 more counts like this. We're going to hold it up, just those legs. I know, you knew it was coming. Okay, let's go 5, 4, 3, 2. Next one, press up, hold, legs in tabletop. Can we just go those split legs? One over, back to tabletop, next one under, other side. If that's too much, go single leg extensions. You can always just hold your legs in tabletop, maybe double legs out and over. Otherwise, keep those split legs going. Big splits. Can you take your hands a little bit higher to your knees? Excellent. Let's go 8. Lift a little higher. Whew. Let's go 4, 3, 2. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Both legs go out, out, out. Can you take your hands to your knees? A little bit higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Bring it on down. Let's take a quick little windscreen wipe stretch. So heels onto the foot bar. Knock your knees from one side of the room up and over to the other side. Turning your head the opposite way to your knees. So we're getting that nice big stretch through the spine as well. Straps can go back onto your shoulder pegs. And then when you are ready, rolling yourselves on up, let's go for a little bit of a spring change. So we're going to come into some core work, coming into our juicy flow for today. So to begin with, coming into a half plank series, we're going to go 1 half spring as your standard spring. 1 quarter spring will be a little bit more of a challenge. Now, this is where we want that squishy mat, whatever you've got over your wooden platform. If it's wooden like mine, if you don't have that problem, you don't need to worry about it. So half or quarter spring, a little bit more challenging. We're going to start with a roll down here. So we're facing the back of the pulleys. Hands come up to the ceiling, big reach up, and then roll yourselves down, hands onto your carriage. We push out, butt to the ceiling, and then we rebuild, coming on up. Big reach up, maybe get a little bit of a lean back, and then nose dive, hands come to your carriage, pressing out. This is like a down dog position here, butt to the ceiling, heels down if you can, and then rebuilding. Let's do one more like this. Excellent. And then next time, coming on down, walk onto your platform. So we've got knees on the platform, hands about halfway up your carriage here. Okay, we slide out into our half plank position, and then we start with a press. So we're going to push the carriage up to the goalie post as high as you can go, and then bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Hands up to the top of the rails, and then back under. So this is your first layer. Now, at any point, if you need to have a breather, you can bend your knees, have a little shuffle, have a reset, come back when you're ready. But the aim of the game here is to try and keep that body like a plank of wood. So your torso, shoulders down to your knees, are a nice long plank of wood. And we want to try and get that carriage as high up to the risers as possible. Now again, if this is too easy for you, try it on that yellow spring, maybe even no springs. Okay, the next option is to come up into your full plank. So we're pushing up and back under. Good, let's go 10 more counts here. And then we're going to swivel into some oblique work in 5, 4, 3, 2. If you're not in your full plank already, walk out into your full plank. Swivel your knees and toes away from the camera. So they're facing the opposite way. Okay, this is where we knee tuck. Knees come in, we bend, we push straight back out. Knees bend, press out. So we want to try and get that carriage as far closed in as possible. Your butt's coming back to your heels. We're pressing out, shoulders are still stacked over your wrists. Okay, now keep that going. If it's not you today, we swivel our knees and toes away from the camera. We continue with that shoulder press that we were doing previously. You're still getting those same muscles moving and working. Okay, let's keep it going. If you'd like that shoulder press for a little bit more, add it back in. So we go knee tuck, in, out, shoulder press, up, back under, knee tuck. Okay, let's go 10 more counts here. Whew. Okay, let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, press out, hold. Last little bit, we're going to pike. So we lift the hips, pike all the way in, and then come back out to plank. Now, if you'd like a little bit more, walk your camera hand to the center of the carriage. Right hand can open up to the ceiling. Now we fold in half. Can you try and chop your camera ankle off and then push back out into your side plank? Just 10 counts here. We're not here for long. Whew. Okay, lift the hips, back out just for 5, 4. We're gonna hold it, of course we are. Last 3, last 2. Hold here, maybe hand is up, maybe you're in that side plank. Your knees and toes are still away. Just for 8, 7, push into the carriage. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Bring it on down. Give those shoulders a little roll and then walk yourself up the carriage. Now, spring change coming into a little bit of single arm work. We're going to go 1 half spring as your standard option here. 1/2 and 1/4 is going to be a little bit more. If it's not for you today, your light spring, your 1/4 spring, you can do that as well. Okay, so coming into a split lunge here, camera foot is going to step forward and then camera hand is going to take your strap, your away strap. Okay, away hand is reaching out and then we're going to go for a row. So we're really pushing into the carriage here with our feet. We bend that elbow back to our foot bar behind and then we release. Big row, twist and then release. Okay, with that twist, let's add a little bit more. We're going to straighten the arm. So we bend the elbow, press back behind and then release forward. So we're getting a nice big twist through the upper body here. Imagine you've got headlights on your hip bones and they're still facing forward the whole time to the pulleys, but your upper body is doing that nice big twist, looking towards your foot bar as we rotate. Okay, if this is enough for you today, stick with this. Otherwise, make sure your toes are curled around to the very edge of your carriage behind. Your foot is on your headrest, so we've got width. we can come up into a high kneel with the row. So we row back, reach the hand behind, we stand, and then we come back down to our low kneel. We go again, reach, back down. A little bit more of a challenge, just hover that knee. Now, if it does start to get a little too heavy, try and push through, see how many reps you can do at that heavy weight. But that long strap is always there if you need. Excellent. Okay, woo, got a little bit dizzy. Can we cut that? Whew. 9, 6, 3, 2. Okay. Keep it going. So remember, you've always got that long strap there if you need. I feel like I might need. Woo! Okay, let's go 10 more counts. We're going to hold in that low lunge. Just the arms in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold your low lunge here. Press out, hold. Slow release for 3, 2, 1. 2 more like that. Big reach out, hold. Slow for 3, 2, 1. Get a little lower. Big reach out. Excellent. Slow in for 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Strap comes down onto your shoulder post. Now, staying on our lighter springs, we're going to come into some side lying work. So 1 half spring is your standard here. A quarter spring is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. So light, light, light springs. Now, coming onto your side, hand comes down just above your shoulder pads, maybe on your machine they're in front, that's absolutely fine. And then your top foot, camera foot, goes into your camera strap. Okay, pushing down through your palm, we're lifting through the side body. Let's go with a press here. So we bend and press through the strap leg. Excellent. Now flex your foot back towards your face, like we did in our footwork, toes lifting back towards your face. And then we're going to start to add a lift to the ceiling. So next time we press out, we pause, we take the leg to the ceiling, big split up, we bring it back down, we bend and press. Keep it going. Next time we're going to go 2 lifts to the ceiling, lifting up, twice, back to that bend and press. Next time 3, you guessed it, we're going to go all the way to 8 here. Big lift up. Awesome. Okay, bend and press. Now you don't have to stay exactly in time with me. You can start to count for yourself. Just use me as a guide. That's my 4th. Bend and press. And it also doesn't matter how high that leg is going to the ceiling. So we want our hips to be stacked. And everybody's range will be really different here. So if you're just getting a little lift, that's absolutely fine. That was my 5th. Good. Keep it going. 6 this time. Big lift up. However, you want to try and work to your full range of motion with this one. So again, your range of motion will be really different, and if you can only get a little bit to the ceiling, that's fine. But if you've got it in you, try and get a little bit higher each time. Good, that's 6. Good. Okay, 7, and then 1 more round. We're almost there. Toes flex back towards your face, that heel's doing the lifting. Good. Again too, that strap will come quite close to your face. We obviously don't want rope burn on our face, but we do want to keep it relatively close. Still pushing down into the carriage. Okay, 1 more, that's 7, and then we've got our 8th round, and then we hold it out. Okay, last round here, going for 8. Lifting up, back down. Really push through that elbow, try and stay lifted. Okay, team. Okay. 4 more. It's really normal too to feel it on your supporting side, the hip connected to the carriage, your butt connected to the carriage. Okay, 1 more. And then bring it back to roughly where your foot bar would be. Sweep your leg forward, turn your toes down, Lift your heel a little higher, and then pulse, then pulse. Let's go 8, 7, push through the carriage. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, punch it out, punch it out. Okay, strap comes back onto your shoulder post. Now, we've got a fun little lunge series, a little bit more shoulder work coming on up. Staying on your lighter spring. So 1/2 is going to be your standard. If you do want a little bit more for this, 1 full spring is going to be the challenge. Keep going with that load. If you want to go a little bit heavier again, you can always add that 1/4, add that 1/2. Do what's best for you. However, we're standing camera side. That same leg that was just in the strap is now going to stand up towards your shoulder post on the ground. Back leg is going to step right back towards your foot bar. Okay, now, nice big stance. We're going to go into a lunge here. So we're going to drop, bend through both knees. The hand closest to the carriage is going to come down onto your shoulder rest. We hinge forward. We're going to straighten the back leg. We push the carriage up the rails. We bend through both knees, and then we stand tall. Rinse and repeat. Drop, hinge, press, straighten the back leg, bring it in low, then stand tall. So once you get a feel for this rhythm, we want to start to pick up the pace here. So we go down, hinge, press, back in low, come up to stand. You can use that camera hand for a little bit of momentum here too. So as you come down, you can reach both hands out, back in, up to stand. You keep it going. Now, if you would like to adjust, if you've got shorter legs like me, maybe that back foot needs to step a little bit further forward so you can get into that lunge and not feel so awkward in it. If you've got longer legs, you might want to step even further up and behind your foot bar behind. Okay, keep it going. Press, in, up. Little bit quicker. Press, in, up. Now, if this is for you, enough for you, stick with this. If you'd like a little bit more, next time we push the carriage out, we're going to kick the back leg. So we press, kick, go back to that lunge, stand tall. Down, press, kick, down low, stand tall. Excellent. Let's go 10 more counts. Then we're going to hold it down, just that press and kick. So we'll feel it through that front leg still, the one that was just in the strap, but we're equally working through that back leg here as well. Okay, let's go 5. We stay low, just the press and kick. In 3, 2, stay low. Press, kick, down low. Press, kick, down low. You might want that free hand to aid you here. We're not here for long. Getting down low like a 100-meter sprint. Down low, big press out kick. Down low, big press out kick. We've got 10 counts. We hold that back leg out. We're not here for long. Okay, let's go 5. I actually mean it that time. Last 4, last 3, last 2. Stay low. Can you push out? Can you get that back leg up? Push higher up the rails. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Bring it on down. We're coming back onto the carriage. One more single arm movement here. So staying on the same springs. That half spring, maybe a full spring's your extra spice here. Coming wide up against your shoulder posts. We sink ourselves down and then we walk ourselves to the top of the goalie post at the top, and then we're hanging here. So let's just do a few reps with both arms. We're going to poke our heads through the goalie post, elbows tap your knees, tap your knees. Do one more. Butt is low, knees are wide, and then take your camera hand behind your back. So we're working that same arm that was doing the shoulder press. Okay, let's go for 8 pull-ups here on this one arm. Release it all the way back, big pull-up. Now, see how many you can do. 8 might be a little optimistic, and that's absolutely fine. And if you can do more than 8, go for it. See how many you can do, until you get to that point of fatigue that you can't pull up anymore. That's 4 for me. 5. Now, if you do get to that point where you can't do another one and we're still in the exercise, come back to both arms, and we can do that the same when we even out the other side. Okay, one more here. Big pull up, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in. Get as close as you can to the top. Now tiny pulses, little pulses up, just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down the rails. Have a little disco cat. Shake your hips side to side, 4-point kneel. Maybe roll it out. And then when you're ready, coming on up, we need to do the other side. So, coming back to your standing position in front of your machine. I've still got my half spring on. So for those half planks and your oblique knee tucks, it was half for your standard. Quarter was a little bit more of a challenge. No springs if you were feeling crazy. Let's just do 2 roll downs just to catch our breath back. Big reach out, stick your butt to the ceiling, roll it back up. And then 1 more here. And by all means, you can always pause me and do a few more. And then when you're ready, dropping down to your knees. Squishy pad should still be there if you were using it. Hands halfway up the rails, find your half plank, and then let's go back into that press. So we push the carriage up the rails. Your body's like a plank of wood, it's staying nice and steady. So it's just that press, up, back under. All the way up the rails, all the way back under. Good. Headlights on your hip bones. They're both staying low to the springs, waistband down, but we're still getting that nice big push, like when you've got your hands in straps. That's it. Okay, now, again, if that's for you, stay with that today. Otherwise, we can come out into our full plank. We keep it going. That shoulder press up the rails. We press up. Okay, well, let's go 10. And then we're coming in to that oblique work on the other side. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. This time, knees and toes turn towards the camera. Okay, knee tucks. Bend the knees, butt back to your heels. We press back out. We keep it going. And then whenever you're ready, you can start to add that carriage press back in. We push up the rails, back under, carriage all the way in, butt back to your heels. Now remember, if you need to, you can always just swivel your knees, go into those oblique reaches on the other side. So you'll still feel those same muscles working if you stay in that half plank. This is the challenging option. Okay, let's go 10 more counts. We're going to hold it out. Whew. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it out, just that shoulder press. Up, back under, up, back under. Good, and then we're bringing that hand to center in 5. We've got our pikes, 4, 3, 2, hand to center. Pike the hips, look at your toes, close the carriage in, press all the way back out. If you did on the other side, full side plank, we chop the away ankle off. We press back out, full side plank. Chop, close the carriage all the way in. So it's like a big fold in half. If you need to bring that hand back at any point, you can. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, press out, hold, hold, hold. If you can, hand up. If you need to, hands out just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on down. Okay, we need to even out that lunge work on the other side. Rowing arms, lunge work. So this time, kneeling on your carriage, split lunge, away foot steps forward. Camera foot steps as far back to the carriage as possible. And then this time, away hand takes your camera strap. Excellent. Okay, let's start with that row. So just a row. Elbow bends, we look back towards our foot bar. and then we release back forward in front. Now, if you need it to be a little bit heavier, you can always hold higher up the ropes. We'll make it a little bit heavier without adding a spring. And like I mentioned on the other side, you've always got that long loop. Okay, again, if that's you, stick with that today. Otherwise, big open, reach the hand behind and then draw it back. I always imagine this like a cartoon where your elbow goes first and it's like bam, and then you're like pow, and you see the flashing colors. You can't not see it now. Okay, bend press, bam pow, bam pow. Okay, and then we can start to go into that low lunge, that standing lunge, like we did on the other side. So we stand, big reach, back down. Stand, big reach, maybe coming all the way down to reset, or a little bit more of a challenge is to just hover that back knee. Get as low as you can, big press back out. Okay, we're not here for long. All right, let's go 5. We've got those 3 slow releases like we did on the other side. Last 4, last 3, last 2. Get down low, we hold that low lunge. Hold the strap back behind, release for 3, 2, 1. 2 more, team. Big press out, woo! Hold, 3, 2, 1. 1 more, get down low. Big press, back in, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we know what's coming. Back into that side lying on the other side. So, it was lighter side lying leg springs. So 1/2 was still your standard. Going a little bit lighter was the challenge here. So maybe that quarter spring. Okay, we're facing away from the camera this time. Away, strap, top foot into your long loop. Push down through your carriage. So we're pushing through the forearm, we're lifting through the side of the body, and then let's go into that bend and press. Bend and press. So imagine your foot bar is still up, and we want to try and get that heel to the height of your foot bar. Okay, toes are flexed back, so we've got that active pull back through your foot. And then let's start to add that side split. So we press out. We lift the top leg to the ceiling. We lower down. Rinse and repeat. Next time 2. Up. 1. Excuse me. 2. Okay, we're going all the way to 8 again. 1, 2, and 3. This is where we need the tunes pumping. I hope you've got your playlist on. Okay, pressing out 4 this time. And remember, you don't have to stay in time with me. When we're counting like this, everyone's pace and range of motion will be a little different. So just use me as a rough guide. Okay, this is my 5th round for those of you playing at home. Really pushing through your forearm on the carriage still. Okay, the 6th round coming up. Push out, lift. So this is where you might want to try and take it a little bit higher. So like on the other side, everyone's range of motion will be so different, and it will be really different for you side to side as well. So you might find that you can get a little more out of one side, and it's really, really normal. Okay, up to the 7th round. Bend and press, up and back down. And this is where you really might feel it on that supporting side against the carriage. We have worked that side quite a bit already. So it's really, really normal to feel it on the bottom leg, more or equally on this side. Okay, 1 more, that's 7, and then we're up to our 8th round. Bend and press. Last lot of lift and lowers to the ceiling. Good, big lift up, try and get that heel a little higher each time this round. Okay, that's for the big countdown is on. Really push through the carriage. Okay, last 2 coming up. Last 2, last 1, and then bend your knee, bring it on in. strap goes over your shoulder post, and then rolling yourself to the away side of your carriage. Okay, setting up for those lunges on the side. Now, 1/2 spring is still your standard here. Harder to go a little heavier, so 1 full spring if you'd like a little bit more. Now, that same strap leg steps forward in line with your shoulder pad. The camera leg goes back to your foot bar. Okay, we get down for that low lunge. Bend through both knees. Then we put that camera hand, shoulder pad. We straighten the back leg and we press. We pull it in low, then we stand. So 4 points. Down, press, straighten the back leg, bring it back in, then stand. Down, press, low, back in. So again, remember, you can shuffle your feet, see what works best in that stance. Shorter, might have to come closer. Longer legs, a little bit wider. You keep it going. Let's pick up the pace. Down, press, kick, low, stand. Down, press, low, stand. That's it, push, and stand. So again, you can take that free hand out for a little bit of momentum. See what works best for you. I feel like I prefer having it on my hip, but everyone's different. It might actually help your balance here. It's very much a balance exercise as well as getting a lot into those legs. And of course, you're feeling it through that shoulder press. Up and in, full body workout. Whew. Okay, and stand. Okay, team, let's go 10 more counts like this. And we add the kick on. We didn't forget that kick. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, add your kick, a little bit more. Press, kick, land, stand. Press, reach, low, stand. I like land, stand, bend, kick, land, stand. Okay, keep it going. 10 more counts. We lose the stand. Just the press and the kick. Press, kick, back low, maybe that free hand shoots out. Keep it going, team. 10 more counts. Home stretch of our class. We're almost done for today. Let's go 5, 4, we hold it out. In 3, big kick. 2, next one, hold it out, hold it out, hold it out. Press, 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 get the leg higher, 5, 4, a little higher, a bit more of a press. 3, 2, and 1. Whew, okay, evening out those pull-ups. Get down low, little turtle, coming down into that wide squat, same springs, pulling yourself up the rails. Both hands are on your goalie post. We get down nice and low, knees are wide. Let's just do 2 pull-ups here like we did on the other side. Get a feel for the motion. Whew. And then taking your away hand behind your back. So the one that was just doing the pushing of the shoulder pad is now doing the pull-up at the top. So that's 1. We're going for 8 like we did on the other side, or maybe you did more. Again, if you do this video a couple of times, you can always go up in your springs here as well. So that's 4 for me. You can always bring that free hand up whenever you feel like you can't do any more on that free arm. Okay, that's 6. When we get to that 8th one, or your last one, we're holding it up. Okay, 1 more big pull up, and then next one, we hold it at the top. Big hold, 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 hold. Poke your little head through your goalie post like a turtle. Little pulses. Let's go 5. Butt is back to your heels. Carriage is pulling up. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it back. Knees up against your shoulder pads. Just have that little disco cat. 1 last exercise. We're going to finish with a round of crouching tigers here. So going a little bit heavier than what we have done today. 1 full spring is your standard spring set. A full and a quarter is going to be a little bit more. Full and a half is more again. Now let's come down onto our forearms. Toes curl around your wooden platform. Get down as low as you can go. Knees are wide. Literally hold your shoulder blocks like you're holding 2 mugs of hot coffee. And then we press out. So this one is nice and quick, big finisher. Bend the knees, squat your butt back, and then let's get into it. Go as quick as you can, team. In, out, in, out, in, out. Knees are wide. Try and keep your heels pressing together, and we can start to add that carriage press. So we can press out, we push up the rails, back under, bend and press, up, bend and squat. Okay, this is your hour of power, home stretch. This is where you can give it all that you've possibly got. Go a little bit quicker. Heart rate is completely elevated here. As quick as you can. Let's go 10 more counts, nice and fast. In, out, in, out. Okay, let's go 8. We are gonna hold it. Of course we are, as quick as you can. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, press out, hold, 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 hold. Just that shoulder press. Up and down, up and down. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on down, coming into a shoulder pad, coming into your child's pose, knees into the shoulder pads. Reach yourself forward. Maybe drop your head to the headrest and just catching your breath back here. Taking a nice big inhale. Then big breath out. Maybe 2 more here. And if you feel like you want to stay a little bit longer, by all means, stay. Otherwise, walk your hands up the rails, maybe onto the shoulder pads. Interlace your hands behind, have a little rock side to side. Give those shoulders a nice big roll out. And you, my friends, are done for your class today. It'd be lovely to do a round of legs in straps. Feel free to go and do that video afterwards. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Thanks for joining me.